Hi, my name is Lindsay Black with Kids First Education. Welcome to ELA in a Flash. Today, we are going to look at Standard RL 3.1. This standard states, ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of a text, referring explicitly to the text as the basis for the answers. Let's take a look at what's important from this standard. First, we must be able to ask and answer questions to show that we understand a text. We also must refer back to the text to show how we got our answers. The goal for this standard, I can ask and answer questions to show that I understand the stories that I am reading. Good readers ask questions before they read, while they're reading, and after they read. Good readers ask questions such as who, what, where, when, why, and how. Let's try it out. We are going to read an excerpt from Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamio. My name is India Opal Buloni, and last summer my dad the preacher sent me to the store for a box of macaroni and cheese, some white rice, and 2 tomatoes, and I came back with a dog. This is what happened. I walked into the produce section of the Winn-Dixie grocery store to pick out my 2 tomatoes, and I almost bumped right into the store manager. He was standing there all red-faced, screaming and waving his arms around. I can immediately pause after this first paragraph because I'm wondering, how did Opal go home with the dog? She went to the store to get macaroni and cheese, white rice, and 2 tomatoes, but actually left the store with the dog. I have to continue to read in order to see how Opal went home with the dog. Who let a dog in here? He kept on shouting. Who let a dirty dog in here? At first, I didn't see a dog. There were just a lot of vegetables rolling around on the floor, tomatoes and onions and green peppers. And there was what seemed like a whole army of Winn-Dixie employees running around waving their arms, just the same way the store manager was waving his. Now I am wondering, why are the people running around the grocery store? We're noticing that the store manager and the Winn-Dixie employees, who are the people who work at Winn-Dixie, are all running and waving their arms. I know there's a dog in here and that the store manager kept shouting about the dog, but I'm wondering, what is this dog doing to cause the people to run around the grocery store? And then the dog came running around the corner. He was a big dog and ugly, and he looked like he was having a real good time. His tongue was hanging out, and he was wagging his tail. He skidded to a stop and smiled right at me. I had never before in my life seen a dog smile, but that is what he did. He pulled back his lips and showed me all his teeth. Then he wagged his tail so hard that he knocked some oranges off a display, and they went rolling everywhere, mixing in with the tomatoes and onions and green peppers. So now I'm wondering, who is this dog, and where is the dog's owner? It's not normal for a dog to be running around a grocery store. So I'm wondering where the dog came from and who this dog is. The manager screamed, "Somebody grab that dog." The dog went running over to the manager, wagging his tail and smiling. He stood up on his hind legs. You could tell that all he wanted to do was get face to face with the manager and thank him for the good time he was having in the produce department. But somehow he ended up knocking the manager over. And the manager must have been having a bad day, because lying there on the floor, right in front of everybody, he started to cry. The dog leaned over him, real concerned, and licked his face. Sometimes we might be asked to answer a question about the story that we just read in order to show that we understand the story. We might be asked a question such as, how does the store manager feel about the dog being in the store? In order to answer this question, I must go back to my story and find where it mentions the store manager. I noticed it first mentioned the store manager and how the store manager was feeling in the second paragraph. It says that he kept on shouting. And he was shouting about the dog. So normally when people are shouting, they may feel a little nervous or scared. Then I noticed down in the paragraph below that the manager screamed, "Somebody grab that dog." If he's screaming about the dog, he must not be very happy that the dog is in his grocery store. In the very last paragraph of this section, we notice that then the manager just begins to cry. Because of all of these pieces from the story, I can conclude that the store manager was nervous and sad. Again, this has been RL 3.1. Ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of a text referring explicitly to the text as the basis for the answers. Remember, good readers ask questions such as who, what, where, when, why, and how. This has been ELA in a Flash. For more ELA in a Flash videos, visit our website at www.kidsfirst.llc.